Hello and what is up? Welcome to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. I am your host, LeRon Dawkins, and back with me tonight, as always, as usual, is the one and only Stephanie Klimov.
Good evening, friends.
And my buddy, my pal, that guy I disturb at 1:30 at night sometimes.
You up?
With that popular "you up" text. Corey Derrick. Dude, what's going on?
Hello, LeRon. I really appreciated your great idea in our text thread today.
I mean, do we want to talk shop or what? I did chastise you earlier for talking shop live on the stream.
I know you did. I know. You missed a good episode. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah. I was paying attention to it. I was lurking like all good Twitter people do.
You're telling me you waited a month for your boyfriend to come back, and you're sitting there watching us talk about other crap?
Well, no, okay. So I picked him up from the airport. And I got him at the airport right at 8 o'clock. So we get back to my place and we chill for a little bit. But he is adamant about going home, taking a shower, and all that stuff. So we did all the cutesy boyfriend stuff. You know, like we cuddled. You know, like we exchanged I miss yous and all that stuff. And you know, like and I want to say, like, I think he was out the door by a little bit after 9 o'clock. I just jumped on. I just jumped into the Twitch chat, you know, for the live Boss Rush podcast, I definitely missed hanging out with a wonderful guest you guys had tonight.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back.
I hope so, because I want to interact with him. I subscribe to everything that was subscribable for him, like his Instagram, his Twitch, his YouTube, his Twitter. I may turn notifications on just to see when he tweets.
That's a commitment.
Yeah. No, Andre Wilson, good guy.
Yeah,
good guy. I like his energy. You guys had Nerd Fest. You talked everything from Marvel to Star Wars to video games to comic books. Damn,
it was seamless.
Yeah, we talked about Metroid, LeRon.
Destiny. I heard. Thanks for. Oh, you talked about Legend of Zelda too, and I got all glassy eyed because I was like, they're talking about every Zelda except the ones that I like.
Of course.
It's usually how it goes, right?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. Can't win them all.
Look, he gets a pass in my book for Twilight Princess being his favorite Zelda. So
yeah. Okay. Audience, let me tell you, man. Like when tonight's Boss Rush podcast guest said that, man, Corey got giddy. I mean, if he was a different gender, he would have squeed.
It's fair. I would have.
Yeah. No. It's funny though. Like I you know, honestly, I'm kind of glad I kind of just watched the episode tonight, you know, and wasn't on there because like it was great for me just to see you guys like just being nerds. It was great, you know. Like sometimes you like to. I'm like a voyeur. Sometimes I like to watch, but not actually interact and stuff like that.
LeRon likes to watch.
I do like to watch. I do like to watch. You know, like I can also watch in various states of being dressed or undressed.
So you're saying I should put the chair in the corner?
I mean, if you're down, I'm down. How are you guys doing? I missed you guys.
I'm hydrating.
Yeah, same here because I'm about to, I just started cutting carbs. Like I'm gonna.
Isn't that the best?
What, cutting carbs?
No, it's horrible.
It is terrible.
It turns you into angry human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cutting carbs is fucking the worst. I'm cutting carbs right because I'm trying to dry myself out, you know, because let me see, it's literally like it's 9 days out till my birthday right now, so I'm just trying to dry myself out to like getting some decent shape. I'm overweight right now. You guys have heard me complain about this for a couple of weeks now. Like I'm about 20 pounds over what my ideal weight is for myself and stuff like that. So I'm a little insecure and stuff like that. I'm gonna dry myself out. Like I'm gonna go low carb, minimal sodium. So like when I say minimal sodium, like
Oh.
I'm not adding salt. Like and I will use salt adjacent like seasonings whenever I'm doing meal prep and cooking, so I'm not adding sodium because like with the amount of water that I have to drink when you cut carbs, you will retain water if you are taking in salt and stuff like that. So yeah. So 2 days before my birthday, then I introduced carbs back into my diet because it's called carb loading at that point. But the way you carb now the cool
Playing a
thing
little
about
birthday marathon there, LeRon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the cool thing about carb loading though, and I've done this twice with my personal trainer supervision, is that when you cut carbs and then you start carb loading, you carb load, but you intake you bring your intake of carbs back in, but you start cutting your water intake down. And what happens is like your muscles first they get shocked and then they're like, oh, we've got carbs again. So they start like absorbing all that stuff. And what happens is you wind up getting like this nice little muscle pop, which is not happening right now because I'm drying myself out. You get this muscle pop. So like it's while you're not drinking water, you're technically dehydrating yourself. But what happens is like it causes the muscles to swell and the skin to shrink. So basically, like if you have a good physique that's hiding underneath what's going on, like and you should only do this for 3 days because like people that cut that much water out of their system, they will fuck themselves up. you know. So yeah, like, and this is usually what people that go into physique competitions and stuff do. Which I will never be one of those people, but like it's nice to dream. But yeah, like that's usually what they do. They cut carbs, they cut sodium, and then right before the tournament and the competition happens, they start carb loading and stacking, but they decrease their water intake, and that's why they're all super chiseled and stuff because like their skin is clinging to their body at that point.
That just sounds like way too much maintenance.
Yeah.
It
For
is.
me.
It
For
is.
me.
Well, no, it is for me too. I've only done this like twice, and I've been with my personal trainer for about 5 years now. Like I've only done this twice because it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm feeling myself, so I want to see what all this time in the gym has done for me. Like now I'm overweight, so now it's more like I'm just trying to fake. I'm trying to fake it till I make it doing this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the doctor and he told me I had to lose weight, which I'm like, of course I do.
How
Look at
much?
me.
How much weight did he tell you had to lose?
Oh my gosh, do I really want to reveal that on this podcast?
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
He gave you a number, right? Okay. Well, I'm trying to lose 25. I'm trying to lose 25 pounds. I'm trying to lose it by the time like the season changes, which it's actually doable for me because when I start doing cardio, like I start dropping weight.
Yeah,
And I'm lazy with cardio. That's the problem.
yeah. So I mean, I went to the doctor for the first time in like 8 years recently, and which I know is terrible, but
Hey, at least you went to the doctor. Some people have never gone to a doctor in their adult lives.
yeah. So I had an EKG, and
Wait. Let me guess. You got a full workup, didn't you? Like
I did.
blood
Well,
was drawn.
I have to go get my blood drawn next week, and they're gonna.
Does that to be fasting?
Oh, when are you gonna fast?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When are you gonna fast?
The day before.
The day
'Cause
before? Are you gonna do a full? Are you gonna do a full fast? Because
It's 12
because
hours.
Some doctors.
It's 12 hours full fasting.
See, your doctor's being nice to you.
I know.
Your doctor's being nice to you.
I know.
Like, no. If you want stellar numbers, you should actually do a 24-hour fast.
Yeah.
But you
Don't.
haven't been to a doctor in 8 years, so you might want to follow their instructions to the 12-hour
Yeah.
fast because you kind of want to know what you're dealing with.
Yeah. So I had.
Every time I go, I just do a 12-hour. I just do a 24-hour fast. I'm like, fuck this. Like I want my doctors to be impressed. Not be like, now, Mr. Dawkins.
Yeah. So I had 3 major concerns. One was like heart activity because like I have a really big family history of heart issues.
Okay.
And my heart is fine. Everything
Oh,
sounds
that's good.
good, looks good.
That's good.
Uh, my blood pressure was like a little bit high, but it's like a it was like a nerve thing because like the blood
White coat syndrome.
here's
Yeah. White coat syndrome.
well the thing is like when I was like 6 or 7, we went to a science museum and there's an exhibit like a Mars exhibit, and they're like, this is how astronauts have their blood pressure taken, and it was like an automatic one, like
Mhm.
blood pressure thing. So I stuck my arm in it, and it got stuck in there, and they literally had to take the machine apart to get my arm out. And so
Whoa.
every time they take my blood pressure,
You have
I
anxiety.
get really anxious and nervous. And so
Wait.
th-
Wait, were you a big kid back then?
was I a big kid? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always big. Yeah. Um, yeah,
Okay.
no, I was big back then, but like
I don't know. I feel like a lot of like don't take this the wrong way, but I was imagining you as a kid, and I was like how this little skinny frail guy like get his arm stuck in like one of
no,
those arm cuff things.
I was a big kid. You should see my 3rd grade picture, man. I'm like a foot taller than everybody else, and like probably like 50 pounds heavier than everybody else. It's hilarious. But like I got my arm stuck in it, and so every time I get my blood pressure taken, I get a little bit anxious, and uh, so they kind of attributed it to that. They took it twice, and they said I was fine. So it's a tad high, but they said it's fine. So yeah, I do need to lose weight though. That's the one thing. Oh, I also have like this small bump on my neck, but they
Yeah.
it's
Didn't yeah like the fascia thing. I think that's what that
yeah.
is, right?
Yeah. I was like, should I be worried about that? He felt it. He said no. He said unless it like hurts to move your neck, I wouldn't worry about it. So
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same thing I was told by like a physical therapist and a massage therapist.
yeah. So I mean, I'm fine except that I need to lose a bunch of weight, which I guess since this is a place where we can be open, I guess I'll just
You don't have to roll the number out. You don't have
no,
to.
I'm going to because it might help somebody somewhere who listens. I have to lose. Well, it's recommended that I lose 60 to 70 pounds. So
You gotta lose basically a small child.
yeah. So which I kind of figured, but it's kind of it's kind of embarrassing when you go in and they're like you need to lose whatever. Which I mean I get it. Like you got to do it to be healthy, and you want your doctor to tell you things, but like it's also kind of like a man.
Just remember, bro. You have two kids that you want to kind of live to see them live their life. You know,
No,
like at least live a good portion of their life. You know, like
I
just
know,
think of it like that.
I know, but like just hearing the number like is shocking, and
Yeah.
just is kind of like a buzzkill to for lack of better terms. You know,
Yeah, I bet.
damn. I'm like God damn it. So that's my new
It's like
goal.
why me, God? Why always me?
Yeah. And the thing is I've already lost like 20 pounds. So I mean, imagine if I went like a month ago, I'd been like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh boy. They would have put you. Well, yeah, like you lost 20 pounds, so you've been 100 pounds up. So they probably would have already put you on medication before they even like start doing your physical.
Yeah. And so the other major concern was my knee, and I'm gonna get that X-rayed before anything, and then I'm gonna go to physical therapy apparently for my knee.
Oh damn.
So
Wow.
he said I might have a torn meniscus,
Oh, that would explain a lot.
What?
That would actually explain a lot.
and so I'm like, man, really? Damn.
No, it would explain a lot because your knee pain has basically been chronic. You know, like you've been talking about it since what before like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, off and on, really.
Yeah.
But really, like the pain hasn't gone away since like I would say March. Like it's been a consistent pain.
Mm. By the way, for everybody listening, we're all friends here. We're in each other's business all the time.
Yeah.
So don't.
If you're new here, welcome. I'm fat. LeRon is
I'm chunky.
No, he wears sleeveless shirts for a reason.
And
Shut up.
Stephanie makes us all look like terrible people on Instagram.
Oh no. Stephanie's inspired me. Like I'm probably taking pole classes this summer.
Careful, you'll get bursitis.
Hey, we all have sacks now, guys. Am I right?
It's funny because like you were asking like Andre in the last show, like has he ever dealt with bursitis? And if I was on there, I was like, I would have been like, no, I've never had bursitis, but I've had tendonitis quite a few times, and man, like that little shooting pain up in your damn elbow, like right here, like god damn.
Yeah, that's bad. That's painful too.
I've also been getting cramps in like my wrists lately. Like, and they're just like a pain that goes all the way up my forearm recently. I'm really concerned it's carpal tunnel.
Wait, where in your wrist?
Like in this area around my wrist and then straight up my forearm.
Now,
are you getting any tingling?
No, yeah, carpal tunnel usually goes up this way.
That's where I'm pointing. Like
right, it looked like you're doing the back of your wrist.
No, like right around the wrist and then down the middle, like right. Middle of my forearm.
Okay.
Slightly concerned, but
well, you know for sure if it's carpal tunnel if you wind up getting like a tingle that starts somewhere right around right above the elbow and going up the inside, like it's going up that one artery, which I forget the name of that artery. And sorry if everybody's seeing my freaking armpit hair. Sorry.
No, do it again. We'll get more listeners or subscribers.
I swear.
Get a comb.
There's so many sides of like freaking social media. You've got foot Instagram and foot Twitter. You've got armpit. You know, you've got nip slip. You know, people just want to see a peek of the nipple and stuff like that. You know, it's crazy. Like it's crazy all these weird fetishes that are out there. You know, some people don't even want to see some people don't even want to see like your bare chest. They want to see like the line that goes down your chest. They want to see that. It's
called cleavage, LeRon.
Well, it's not always cleavage though. Like it's like some people get turned on by seeing bare small of people's backs. You know, like when you reach up for something and your shirt rides up and stuff like that. Man, like
something for everybody.
I tell you guys this. I'm fascinated with psychology and stuff like that. You know, so it's funny. It's funny to think that like a lot of this is really from just like a cross wire neuron in your head, like how people form fetishes and fixations on stuff like that. Like, can you imagine? Like something happened to you, like either in the womb or when you were really young, and all of a sudden you have and you become this adult that has a foot fetish.
Ugh.
Let me stop rambling because I know Corey's got a couple of things that he wants to take care of.
I gotta say one thing before we move on. Feet are gross.
Thank you.
I don't understand people with foot fetishes. I don't even like walking around my house without socks on, like 90% of the time, because I don't like looking at my own feet. Feet are gross. And like I understand right now I don't have socks on, but like it's because it's really hot in here and there's an air conditioning vent right under my desk and it feels really good. But
that's very descriptive. Thank you.
You're welcome. No pictures.
No. Yeah. Feet I just don't get. I'll never understand feet.
Yeah, I don't get it. I
know people are like, "Oh, your hands are dirtier than your feet." Haha. Well, no shit, Sherlock, but it doesn't mean it smells any better. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Gross. Anyway, speaking of feet, we have Patreon producers. Remember, you can get After Dark 2 weeks early, along with Standard Def 2 weeks early, and the Boss Rush podcast and Expansion Pass 1 week early on Patreon if you subscribe to our $1 tier. But if you subscribe to the $5 tier, everybody, you know what that means. You get to be a Patreon producer. What does that mean? We get to shout out your name on this here program, along others.
That's right. So, do it.
Without further ado, our Patreon producers for this episode are Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, and my wife, Sana Dierg. Yeah. I want to thank all of our patrons I want to thank all of our free listeners as well. You guys are much appreciated. We really enjoy doing the show for you, and we couldn't do it without you.
For real.
I mean, technically we could, but
We exist for you.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's no fun talking to a vacuum, though. It is no fun.
It's true. Unless you talk into a vacuum and then you sound like Darth Vader.
Talking to a fan, that's where you're more like Darth Vader. Remember Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't. It's too funny. Sorry.
I love Tommy Boy. We should do a standard definition episode of Tommy Boy.
Anything Chris Farley, I will be there.
Hume and Austin could do Black Sheep and Tommy
Yes.
Boy.
Perfect.
Get Austin on the horn.
I don't know why he didn't want to join you guys earlier tonight. Like,
Did he have? He probably had to get up really early for
Yeah,
work tomorrow.
doesn't he
that
work
could
at
be it,
like
or maybe,
the crack of dawn?
yeah, that could be it, or maybe he's just like how nuns are, like only devoted to God, like he's only devoted to Crossroads.
Maybe.
That's what you want, isn't it, LeRon?
I do.
You
I do.
wanna-
Like worship me.
You want a disciple.
Cult.
No.
Austin is
I'm
the
not-
first
I am not
disciple
about
of
that life.
LeRon.
Like I am not trying to go to jail because like a bunch of people who like were really avid about me just killed themselves. Like number one, I didn't tell you to do that.
Drink
I
the
don't know where you
Kool-Aid.
got that idea from.
Oh man, good times. I love this show.
There's so much to love about this show.
There is. Anyways, LeRon, do you have a topic?
I do. Let's talk about bad habits tonight.
Yeah.
But let's not only talk about bad habits, but let's also talk about bad habits that we have, but that we love to like indulge in them. I mean, an example, like that, the urge to always pop your spouse's pimples, stuff like that.
Oh!
I don't have that. I don't have that urge. As a matter of fact, I would be the first person to tell like my spouse and significant other, like, you need to handle that because I'm not going to fuck with that.
That.
Oh man, I tried to do it once to my wife, and she was like, "No." I was like, "Fine."
I swear, every night on the show, we learn something new about you. I did not expect you to be a pimple popper.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, but it was really bothering me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Can I please just get it over with?" No, it's not ready. I'm like,
It's not ready. I love it.
Ready?
like, I don't know if you know what ready means. This is
It's ripe.
I don't know. I have a few bad habits, I guess, but nothing like extremely weird. Like I bite my fingernails a lot.
Can we? Maybe I'm sure that's like a common thing. For me, it's not really biting my fingers, but I pick at my cuticles real bad.
Yeah.
It happens obviously more when I'm anxious, and it's to the point where I'm not sure if it's gonna grow back normal. Not to be weird, but like it's been a long standing habit, and I've tried almost everything to stop it, and I just can't. It sucks.
Yeah. Man.
Okay, so all right, so a bad habit that I have, but I love to do it, is I love cracking my knuckles.
Ugh.
I've done the thing where like I've looked up to see if it's actually bad for you. It still seems like it's kind of a gray area, in the medical community and stuff like that. But here's the thing about it, though. Like sometimes I crack my knuckles to the point where like I actually like put like some super tension on them. So then it actually gets to a point where it hurts. And the first thing I think is if I crack the knuckle, it will stop hurting.
Oh. Mhm.
I crack
Yeah,
my
like-
knuckles a lot too.
Yeah.
My favorite is like the thumb because
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't crack all the time, but when it does, it's like it just gives this really loud pop and it just feels really good.
Well, it gives this loud pop and it sends like this shock throughout like a good portion of your hand, like through your wrists and stuff, and it feels so good. But the thumb is actually one of those ones where like I think I overdo it, so every now and then it winds up being sore.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about me is like I remember my mom just she would go nuts. She caught me cracking my knuckles and stuff like that. And now like there's so many parts of my body that I can willfully crack my knuckle. Like on a good day I can willfully crack the knuckle in my shoulder.
Oh gosh.
Well, that's more like a joint, not so much the knuckle. I can crack both the knee joints. Like various bones in my foot, as well as my toes, of course. I can crack my hip at will. It's. I know someone's listening right now.
Are
like,
you okay,
"Man,
LeRon? It sounds like you got more going on than just.
They're like, man, he's gonna have arthritis so bad when he turns 60.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, medical science, they don't know if it leads to arthritis or not. Like, as a matter of fact, more doctors say it does not lead to arthritis than the ones that do, based off of what I read.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to any weird ass websites. I usually go to like the general ones, Mayo Clinic, WebMD, stuff like that. I don't go to Dr. Foster's Emporium of Medicine or some shit like that.
You mean you're not telling me you're not just Googling things and clicking on the first thing that seems to go with what you hope to see?
I'm a mild hypochondriac, so like I will fuck around in Google search. I'll fuck around in Google search. Like for example, like Corey and I are talking about that little fascia knot that's on our neck.
Uh-huh.
I will fuck around. I would fuck around and Google that, and then see it's a tumor, and just lose my fucking mind.
Well, there's like a lymphoma cancer link to thing. Like it's a bump behind your ear. And so that's what I thought for a long time.
I had that bump behind my ear too.
But I'm like, I've had it for like 20 years, and this is not. I mean, if it's been there for that long, like it's probably not that. And then, I mean, the doctor said it wasn't that. But
actually, I feel like this bump behind my ear, because it's behind my left ear. I feel like this bump behind my left ear is because I actually fell roller skating and I actually hit the back of my head right in that area. So I think that's what that is. Like I probably bruised my skull, to the point where the bone healed like weird and deformed. Explains a lot about why I'm so fucking stupid.
I mean, it's okay. Like I get the whole like hypochondriac thing. Like this is like such a random thing. This is TMI, but this is after dark. So like I don't know if you guys ever had like these. Well, there's the obviously do I have cancer scare, because like everything can be cancer. There's also like when I say the STD scare, I'm not saying that I'm a high risk person. I don't sleep around. Like I'm a monogamous partner at all times. However, that does not stop me from thinking, is that an ingrown hair or do I have herpes? Like I'm just like,
yeah.
I mean, we've all been there, right? We've all been.
Yeah. And then you go to the doctor and they're like, yeah, it's just an ingrown hair. Like, and my mind will go to illogical places. Like, for example, I'll have an STD screening, like every once in a while, like any normal, healthy, sexually active person would have to do. And say I've only been with one partner since, and I have an ingrown hair, I will still think I have an STD. Like, I'm just like, where'd it come from?
I mean, did I tell the story on the show about how I found out I was allergic to latex?
You told that story, but it's always nice to hear it. But if you're about to recap that story real quickly, like I suffer from chronically dry skin. Like I have flare-ups of eczema and stuff like that. So just imagine every now and then you wake up and like you go to take a shower and you discover a rash in your lower area.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like I'm a gentleman of a certain age, and I'm also a gentleman that enjoys the company of other men sometimes and stuff like that. So of course sometimes. And also being a gentleman of a certain age, I've done some at-risk behavior sexually and stuff like that. So, it's always a surprise. It's like there's a dry skin spot on my dick.
It's dry.
And then of course, I do the mental checklist. So I'm like, okay, it doesn't burn when I pee. It still functions the way it's supposed to.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, the mental gymnastics we put ourselves through sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Christians are onto something about premarital sex leads to a road of like pain and suffering. Maybe they're onto something, but that's not my life, so I don't care.
Oh my gosh.
Well, just a funny thing, but it's not but it reminded me. We had I went to pharmacy school, so we had lots of science courses. So I had a microbiology course. Very cool. I was a big fan of infectious disease. And our microbiology teacher's like, and he was like speaking factually. He wasn't trying to be a good person thing. He goes, decades and decades ago, and he like listed out like X amount of sexually transmitted diseases like that were bacterial or whatever. He goes, now they're over, and he like listed like some ridiculous number. He goes, that's what happens when people like to really mix it all up together. He's like,
that's the thing about it too. Like, basically like when we look at like bacteria, like diseases, viruses and stuff like that. Like they usually have like their base components about and stuff like that. But every time it gets introduced to a new human body, that's a new biome or ecosystem that it has to figure out how to like not only survive in, but also thrive in and do its viral or bacterial thing and stuff like that. And I think that's what people don't understand about why there's been so many variants of fucking COVID. Like, we could have probably squashed COVID in quite a few, like, without getting to like the 19th strain of COVID. I'm exaggerating, but what was there, like 9 strains now it's been identified? I feel like we could have squashed this at the 3rd one.
No, heaven forbid.
Yeah, but same thing goes with like shit, like every now and then I'm on one of the weird ass fucking sexual websites, and I'm hearing about like disease resistant syphilis and gonorrhea, and I'm like, oh, hell no.
That shit's real.
I'm like, shit, it doesn't syphilis, if it's in your system too long, doesn't it make you go blind or some shit like that?
And it fucks with your brain. Like you'll
you want to get dementia. Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck? No. I'm sorry, y'all. PrEP doesn't stop everything.
No.
Rubber up. Wear fucking rubber. Like,
no glove, no love.
Jerk off more, dude.
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying not to get too sidetracked, but I can't believe how many guys use this stupid fucking excuse about how I know it doesn't feel as good. I know this, but like it's always the excuse, and then gosh, like just suck it up. Oh, I'm sorry.
You should tell them, what doesn't feel good? Pushing a kid out.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Or having to go to a doctor and having something injected inside of you because you done fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm one of those weirdos. Like, I don't mind wearing condoms. I really don't. Like, I do know that one feels better than the other does, but I don't mind wearing condoms. Maybe it's just because I'm a big enough horn dog. It's like, hey, like, look, I'm trying to get some. So, like, are we doing condoms? Are we not doing condoms? If we're not doing condoms, I need to see paperwork and just make sure that we're all good.
I love it.
I need paperwork.
No. In this in the day and age of OnlyFans, yeah, you better.
Sorry, it's just it's just funny. It was just funny the way you said that.
And at this point, I feel like did you get a checkup in the last 2 to 3 weeks? If it's been longer than a month, we're gonna have to like modify what we're gonna do.
Oh man, good times.
Here's a less exciting bad habit is for me, I always need to finish up my lunch and dinner with something sweet. So technically a dessert.
Yes.
Always. Like breakfast doesn't count. Like I can't do sweets in the morning. And maybe coffee, I guess, would be my sweet. But I just can't help it. Even if it's just a Hershey's Kiss. Like I need something sweet to finish my meal. Like I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And I'm okay with that bad habit, I guess,
Oh, well, here's something. Okay, so not only do you have dessert, do you have the habit of sweet and salty when you do indulge? Because
not every time, but yes,
I do. I have a very bad habit. Like I can normally get by with something sweet, but there are times when it's like if I have like a candy bar, I grab like a small bag of chips or something.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant just a dessert that had both in it.
Oh,
No,
that has both in it? No.
no. You know what? I have the same thing. Like I need to have a salty snack with it's either chips or popcorn, and then a sweet dessert. Like I have to mix two components together in a meal at one
Mm-hmm.
point or the other. So
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm not alone on that. I just need to. I can't shake it.
Yeah, we're just weirdos that like to eat.
Yeah. Food is a bad habit. I just loved it. Doesn't matter if I'm hungry or not. I always have something, and that's probably why the doctor said I needed to lose weight.
I am a very bad grazer.
Yeah.
Is it just in general, or do you guys either or both? Like either there's emotional eating, but there's also boredom eating. Because I can do both.
I boredom eat.
I boredom eat a lot, especially like sometimes at work. Like if I'm sitting there and I like am waiting on something or need something, I'll go to the snack room and just grab a snack and eat, even if I'm not hungry.
Oh, and another thing I do, like I'm actually shocked I don't have any like sweets or junk food right now, but usually when I game, there has to be something within arm's reach for me to eat. There has to be like some type of junk food. Usually, and it's always when I game. So like usually, and that sucks because like I will play like 3 hour epic sessions of Monster Hunter, and I will literally like in between like in the gathering hub before going on a quest, I'll be like time to run back down and get something.
Let's see what else. I don't habit. I'm not sure if this is called a habit, but I know I have an addictive personality. So if I ever go through a ringer, I will have a bad habit of constantly doing said thing. I guess the safest one I'll say is, shopping. Like not shopping like I'll go shop for clothes, but I mean like for example, when I went to PAX, I just lost all control. Zero control. And since my son started collecting Pokemon cards, I've had zero control buying cards on a regular basis, which is not good. So I don't know if that's considered a habit, so to speak. Maybe it's more of a disorder, but
I impulse buy and stress buy a lot, especially like if I'm like, so sometimes I'll be like laying down, getting ready to go to bed, and I'll have my Switch and I'll just browse the eShop and just be like, oh, this game is $5. This game is $10. Like, sure, let's just add it to the collection. Will I ever play it? I don't know. Probably not, but it's cheap. I have a terrible habit of doing that for sure. For sure. Even like the other day, I was looking at the Xbox store, and it was a game that was on Game Pass, but it was on sale for like a ridiculously cheap amount of money, and I was like, okay, I guess I could spend the extra like $7 or $8 and just own this.
Here's a question: Are you sound like you're like the cheap shopper? You're looking for the best deal. Am I right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, not always, but I prefer to pay less money than more money.
Because I know some people, they don't feel vindicated unless they spent like a substantial amount of money for something in their shopping binge.
Oh, I see. Well, if speaking of kind of like sale stuff, that I notice that is a habit of me. I will tend to buy something on sale just for the sake that it's been on sale, right? Like I might not need it, but if I'm at a store or I'm online and it just happens to be on sale, I'm like, well, it's on sale. I have to get it now because what if I get it later? It's not on sale. So that is a habit that I kind of wish I could kick because I don't. Yeah.
What else do I like to do? Oh, I don't know. I this isn't really a bad habit, but like I need to like move things around sometimes, like a room or a setting or something. It like makes me feel better sometimes when I move stuff. I don't know why that's like a thing I have to do every once in a while, but like the way I have my office set up now this is the longest I've ever had it in one way. But it's moving soon, so.
Okay.
Trying trying to think. Like it's funny because I brought this topic up and I actually had a few things in my brain and now like they're gone.
No.
Uh shoot. I think this is more of an OCD thing for me, but I'm one of those people like the like everything has a place and everything has a place and and everything fits the way it's supposed to. Like it's a habit of mine because like and definitely is definitely an OCD territory because like me and my roommate, for example, my roommate will, let's say we unload the dishwasher, utensils and stuff like that. You know, like we had the big forks, the small forks, the big spoons, the small spoons, and all that stuff. Like I'm one of those people. If I notice there's small spoons mixed with the big spoons, I will. It is my job to like sort them out and put them where they're supposed to be and stuff like that. And it is a habit because like when I'm actually unloading the dishwasher and stuff like that, like it's a habit that I make sure it's done like this. But isn't that considered like type A basically? Like type A personality where like there has to be order, which is funny because like I'm one of the most disorganized people I know.
That's not necessarily uncommon. I'm trying to figure out what it's linked to because I don't want to inadvertently misdiagnose things on the air. But
Yeah.
I'm that way too, where I need to have things in a certain way, quote unquote, organized or aligned or whatever. But overall, like it's organized chaos, so to speak. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I followed you.
Chaos. That's where you're going.
Chaos.
Chaos. Oh.
Well, I can't think of much else to add to my topic. I'm sorry.
Come on, LeRon. Side tangent. Did you see this Winnie the Pooh horror movie that's in the works?
Wait a minute. A horror
No,
Winnie the Pooh?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know this is a thing.
Because Winnie the Pooh goes into public domain on January 1st.
For real?
Yeah.
So is it animated or like supposed to be real life?
This looks like a person in a suit.
Oh shit.
So,
All right.
but yeah, it's looks scary. Yeah, because
It's unsettling.
well, no, okay, so Winnie the Pooh entered public domain on January 1st, 2022. So, the only rights Disney owns now is the way that character looks for Disney.
Oh.
Mm.
Which
Interesting.
it's kind of hilarious because like everything that Disney has, most of the things that Disney has done it was public domain. We kind of talked about that a little bit on Standard Def, but like Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, a lot of them were grim fairy tales and stuff. But it's just funny. This is gross looking. This Winnie the Pooh looks terrifying.
Ooh, yeah, I'm good. Well, piggybacking off horror, I saw I saw Doctor Strange yesterday, and one of the trailers was for Nope.
Yeah, the next Michael Peel movie, right?
Right, and I like the movies that he does, and as you guys all know, I'm a big wimp, and I don't do horror anything, but I do like his style. But I don't know, just like the way just from the preview, like the aliens and like I feel like it's gonna be something where like you can barely see the alien or part of the alien, but you can't see all of the alien, which is like oh gosh, it got my skin crawling. I'm so freaked out. I still think about that.
Yeah, I don't do horror either. I just can't do horror. I can't even do anything that is like remotely like horror-ish.
So no suspense, no thrillers.
No, I can't. I just can't. I don't know why, but I just pass.
Makes sense.
I just don't like being scared. I don't like gore. I don't like.
Oh, I definitely can't do a gore.
Yeah.
A body horror. Ugh.
Yeah, body horror, which is crazy because I think I know for sure I've explained this on a past episode of After Dark, but I love the Alien franchise. Like I love it, and man, and that franchise is steeped in body horror, and the reverse psychology of rape. Like like I watched the documentary of the making of the original 1979 Alien movie, and Ridley Scott was adamant that because the first victim gets impregnated by the xenomorph facehugger and stuff like that. He was adamant he wanted it to be a male. He wanted to be. And when you think about the face, I'm sorry if I'm about to trigger you, Corey, but when you think about the face hugger, it's that spider thing with the big tail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wraps itself around your face, but there's like a proboscis that forces itself down your throat and basically inseminates you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 I saw a porn that used that, and it was gross.
Oh no!
I was clicking around, and
No.
I regretted that.
See, as much as I love Alien, I am not trying to see that in a sexual way.
Yeah, so if you ever see facehugger in any porno site, avoid.
Just keep
Even
going.
if you're curious, because that's what killed me. Don't do it.
Oh my God!
Remember,
No.
Remember when porn was simple?
Right?
Come on, guys.
It was your basic stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't want to start.
That
rattling
anime
off.
alien only has 6 tentacles, not 10.
Woo. God. Oh, that's another thing I can't mess with. Like the various animes where you open the door and it's like a mass of tentacles coming at you. Like if that was a real life thing for me and that actually happened to me, like I hope there's a mechanism in my brain that basically says die right now, kill yourself. You don't want to. You don't want to witness. You don't want to live through long enough to experience this.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Man, where do we go from here?
Right? I know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, while we're figuring that out, did you see that Seth Green's Bored Ape NFT was stolen, and now he can't make his fun cartoon about the Bored Ape because it's not his anymore?
I heard about that, but I don't even know what the fuck the Bored Ape is. Like, not until you said it was an NFT, and now I'm like, you know what? I'm actually kind of happy that happened.
So that's weird. NFTs are weird, man.
I still don't fully understand it.
Me neither.
I wish I was one of those brilliant people that understood all this new high risk, but I don't know, maybe high reward type situation.
I don't want any of it. I want
what even spawned NFTs? Is it just something somebody got bored of and during COVID and just like, you know what, we're gonna make this a reality?
Probably.
Because I feel like if we weren't stuck at home and stuff like that, for like 2+ years, like this shit wouldn't be a thing. Like it's, and like everybody hates them.
Yeah.
Everybody legit hates them. Like like I don't necessarily hate them. I just look at it's another way of getting people's honest money because in all seriousness, I feel like it's very it's intangible. So like it's a collector's item, but it's not really a real collector's item. If that makes sense. And it's like, why? Why are we wasting our time?
Yeah, it's
shit, dude. Do like normal people do. Go out and buy a die-cast model and paint it or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. NFTs are just so weird. It's like it's why. Who thought that a digital image was a good idea? Like people already copyright these images with watermarks and stuff. Like why? Like how is an NFT any different than that? Like what's?
Yeah.
I almost wish I was that I don't know if you call that person an idiot or a genius for coming up with NFTs, but I just lack that creativity.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Anything fun going on in anybody's life? Stephanie, you
Well,
said you would have a fun After Dark this week.
I did.
And yeah, did you not?
Maybe, but after maybe this weekend, I just forgot about everything because I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I can tell you a funny story.
Yeah, tell a funny story. Story time.
I downloaded Snapchat for the first time in my life at
Ooh.
33 years old.
I got a notification that you were on Snapchat.
Dang it. Okay, so that's why people were starting to add. Well, that's another story that I'll just tack on.
Well,
to this story.
Snapchat's nosy. Like it reads your address book.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
Yeah, like I don't like it either.
So I was never interested in Snapchat, never wanted to, but as people, not that people care about my business, I was dumped this past weekend, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna sign back up for online dating, not because I'm serious, but because I just need a distraction from all the pain.
By the way, not to cut you off, but I was checking out Nintendo Power Block, and I heard about that. Like I was watching you guys live Monday night, and when I heard about that, I was like, what a fucking schmuck.
Oh, I forgot I told that story on Pow Block. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
The same night that I brought him to the Sox game for his birthday and talking about some stupid booty shorts, and when I started crying, he got even more mad, and he's like, "Yep, this isn't gonna work out. This isn't gonna work out. Goodbye." Walked out of my life forever.
I don't understand how that.
I just don't get it.
I don't understand how that happens. Like I just. What did he want to go to the game that bad? Like I don't understand. Like,
you know, sorry, I didn't mean to get on. I was not trying not to talk about this to bother you guys, but out of all the sports, he is a baseball fan and he loves the Red Sox. So this was the ideal, perfect present for him, and they were good seats.
Like a win. Seems like
very
a win.
good seats, not right behind, but behind the home dugout. It was like perfect view. You can catch foul balls there, and he seemed kind of mildly excited. I just had chalked it up to him being an old man, so maybe he's not as excited as, I don't know, whatever. But we had a good day. Like, overall, it was a good day. But then after the game was over, we went to the shop, and I made like a flirty joke, like, "Oh, wouldn't these booty shorts look cute on me?" And he goes, "Probably." I'm like, "Okay, well, the right answer would have been, you'd look great, honey." And I said it with a nice jovial tone.
Yeah.
And I laughed. And he goes, "You need to just, let it go, or just stop really digging into the topic." And I'm like, okay, something's really bothering you. You guys know the story. So just that spiraled from there. And he just walked out of the house. Why am I talking about this story again? Oh, Snapchat.
Well, because Snapchat.
So, I mean, I'm not really ready to, but it's just more a distraction. And one of them asked me if I had a Snapchat, and I said, no. This is why I don't like dating guys my age, because my generation just loves this garbage. I date older men for a reason. And I'm like, fine, I'll just do it, because I'll just delete Snapchat when I'm done talking to him, all right? First of all, it took me forever to get used to it. And I was literally like saying, like, did my Snap go through? Like, I didn't get how it worked. I just did not. And I was getting notifications of people adding me on Snap, and I was wondering why. That explains it, LeRon. Because there's this creepy 50-year-old guy. Not the age is not the creepy part, obviously. But he was, like, kind of harassing me via text, and I blocked him a long time ago. And he decided to add me on Snapchat, and I was wondering how he was able to do that. And so I just, was kind of wondering why this guy would only talk to me through Snapchat and not text. And he's always asking me, send me a snap. I'm like, can I just send you a picture that's already been taken? He goes, no, I'd rather have a snap. I'm like, this fucking is annoying. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And then probably one night in, he's just like, can I ask you a personal question? I'm like, oh boy, this should be good. What? He goes, what's your bra size?
Damn, that was pretty forward.
I was like, what's your bra size? So I decided to humor him because it's not like I'm going to show him a picture of my titties. It's fine. I'm like, oh, I'm this, that, whatever. He goes, oh, very sexy. I'm like, okay. Is there a reason why you wanted to know? He's like, I was curious. I'm like, this is just a weird way to ask about my boobs. And he kept asking me for more snaps. And then eventually he's like, can I have was it a flirtatious snap? I'm like, how do you define flirtatious snap? And he goes, just something cute, nothing nefarious. But I think he was just trying to be whatever. It's just so fucked up. Like, here we go. I forgot what online dating is like, and this is what it is. At least I didn't get a dick pic, because that would have just been pinnacle.
Yeah. Men are the worst. Men are the worst.
Yeah,
I don't understand. We do. Like, I don't understand how you got to read the room. In all honesty, you have to, especially in the dating game. Like, there's just some things. If you wouldn't do it to your mother, you should not be doing it to the people that you're trying to date.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just found it kind of weird asking me what my cup size is. I just feel like even if the guy wants to see my boobs, it's just a weird question to go about it.
That's something you ask. That's something you ask after the third or fourth date, and after you know for sure that like stuff is going to be happening. But even just asking, like, wouldn't you just rather like see it and then like, okay, I can see that she has. Well, no. Well, I was saying like you have to ask. It's something you need to wait on, not just run right at them like like a guy charging the field with a spear. No. Oh, wow, that's a nice analogy,
right? Yeah. So that's the Snapchat story. I don't like Snap. I always find it very suspicious if someone only wants to talk to me through Snap, but it could just be a millennial thing, and I'm just not used to it. No, millennials have moved on from Snapchat. Like Snapchat had its purpose for millennials like 5 years ago. Okay, it's just yeah. Like now Snapchat. The main draw of Snapchat, and particularly like older people are still on Snapchat, but the simple fact is, like it's supposed to be a conversation history that disappears over time. Right. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you're doing something grimy, like you the odds of you getting caught are very slim. But the problem is though, like I'm an IT guy, I know how to find the backlog. Oh. On the phone, I know how to find it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, heaven forbid I get involved with anyone with Snapchat. I'll ask you. But see, that's the thing. Like, I have this assumption and generalization, which I know generalizations are never good. But I just feel like if someone is very heavy into Snapchat, especially these days when the craze is gone, I just feel like you have something you want to hide. You want to hide. I know that's not always the case. My family members use Snap, but still. Something that disappears over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it is. Like people want to play the idea of being anonymous. That's really all it is.
Yeah. Anyway, online dating is still garbage. Hot garbage.
Oh yeah, my gosh, yeah. I met my wife online, but other than that, it's all garbage.
Which is why I am trying my damnedest to hold on to my boyfriend.
Anyway.
1 year in, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yay, congratulations.
If my wife ever left me, yeah, congratulations.
You're just done.
By the way.
You're just done.
No, like if my wife ever left me, I'd just live alone for the rest of my life.
That's what I'm saying. You'd be done.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
I know that's a sad thought, but for me, I'm like, oh, that's so romantic. I know it's fucked up, but this is obviously an outsider's perspective.
It's also a protection mechanism. Like in all honesty, like it took me a while to like put myself back out there for dating after like my last breakup. Like it took me close to 3 years. Because I was like, I don't know if I can deal with this again.
Yeah, I mean, after the way the girl I dated before my wife treated me, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to ever deal with that again. It was just bad. It was
like messy breakups will fuck with you, but I think breakups will fuck with you, especially like if they're breakups you didn't see coming.
Well, ding, 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 LeRon. Like, that's why. And again, I do apologize for texting you guys at night, but I was like, kind of.
No.
Why?
It is
Why are you apologizing?
Yeah, don't
because
apologize. Like,
why
yeah.
would guys
No.
want to hear women problems?
Who
I don't know. I
cares?
just.
We're all friends here.
Well,
Guys.
it's a woman problem that we can relate to, though.
Yeah.
You know, like shit like that. You know, like we can relate to that because yeah, people are dumbasses. You know, and I feel like it was a really dumbass way for like that guy to break up with you. You know,
Well, see,
and I'm not actually judging him. You know, it's one of those things. Like hell, he could have literally been on like the male version of that time of the month and just shit just didn't stack up for him. You know, and stuff like that. But you know, I have no idea. You know.
yeah, well, that's the thing. So ultimately, like, I don't want to sound heartless either, but I was less upset about actually having him gone from my life because, you know, I'm not going to get into it, but I was more upset by how he did it and how I did not. This came out of left field. No
Yeah.
pun intended. Did not see it coming. Shock. Like that night after a wonderful day otherwise. And like you think in like the old days where like men would just walk out of the house, like it was like a very like a physical like description of how a man would leave. He did that. Like it was 1950. Walked out the door like this isn't working. Open door, closed door. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
He's like that checks Twitter, leaves Twitter the meme where it was like the person walks in the door and it walks right out the door.
Yeah. And that's what really fucked me up was just how he did it. And so even though I'm joking like how I'm back on online dating, I don't know if I'm really gonna ever be so serious again. I don't know. Obviously, the jury's still out, but I'm terrified that that's going to happen again. I can't have people spontaneously walking out of my life. I've had friends do that too, and I do not like it.
Oh yeah. I'm one of those people. I appreciate all my friendships. So like, it is a shocker to me when somebody just decides they're going to cut themselves off from me. Like, it's funny how friendships go because like if I'm your friend, I consider you a friend for life and stuff like that. So it takes a lot for me to say, okay, I can't deal with your bullshit anymore. We are no longer friends. It takes a lot. Like, I mean, you know, I feel like friendships, that's what they are. Like you befriend somebody and you're in it for thick and thin because like you like this person enough to have them in your life, you know, on a personal level that, you know, like you want to not end your friendship over some really petty shit, which is the same thing goes with relationships as far as like actual intimate relationships. You don't want dumb shit to like ruin your fucking relationship, you know, especially with somebody, you know, like because we're dating people and it's an interview process to see if this is somebody we're going to have for the rest of our lives. And you know, Stephanie, you have a child, so yeah, like it's definitely like you have another facet that you have to add on to all these men that you're dating and stuff like that. How are they going to be with your son? Could they be fit to be like a stepfather? You know, like we're not even talking about like an actual father because, you know, stepfathers, I feel like stepfathers don't have to do that much work because there's still a real father out there and stuff like that. You know, yeah. So I get it. You know, I'd probably be a mess if I had a kid and I'm trying to navigate the dating world.
Oh, see, that's the other part. So the good thing is I've never used the word boyfriend to around my son. I've still to this day, because maybe it was my gut feeling in the back of my mind. I'm like, I'm not sure yet. So I said, David is a friend.
Good job. Good job.
We have like kissed, like pecked on the cheek, like innocent kiss, like once in a while, but no other PDA, nothing like that. So that's the good thing. The downside is, you know, even as a friend, Nikolai loved him. He loved him so much. And I'm like,
yeah, it's one of those things like now you got to explain to him why the dude's gone.
Yeah. But at least I took out half of the difficulty by just saying, well, he just didn't want to be my friend anymore. Which is true. Sometimes friends don't want to be friends. So,
and it's definitely easier for kids of like his age to understand than versus like, you know, oh, there was some adult bullshit drama, and now he's just gone.
Yeah. So I'm very, very cautious about how I would be introducing, if at all, any men to my son, which was just him so far. So,
That sucks, honestly, because one of the things that parents like is to see, like, like single parents, like, is how well does their child, like, take to this person, and vice versa, how well does this person take to their child, so like that. So I know that shit stung. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, just because you brought it up quick, LeRon, with regard to friendships, that one stumps me more when a friend just decides to cut things off, because friendships are usually more of a long game, more of a guaranteed long game than dating
Then
around,
actual
obviously.
relationships are the
Right.
shit.
Because you can have multiple friends, unless you choose to have a polyamorous relationship, but I still think that's a minority.
Yeah.
And the point of a friendship or any relationship is communication. So if a friend does have a problem, you have to bring it up to the person, not let it
Right.
steep and stew until
Right.
you hate the person all of a sudden, because that's what happened a few times. And they're like, you're a terrible friend and you never did this, you never did that. Like the one day they blew up on me, I'm like, you've never indicated you had any issues with anything I've ever done. How, now that you told me, how can I fix it? No, I'm paraphrasing. They essentially like, you're just a bad person, so I'm just gonna choose not to be friends with you anymore. I'm like, okay. I never knew that.
I had a person who like, I considered her one of my best friends in the world. Like, we'd known each well, I mean, I'm not even saying like we'd known each other for like forever and stuff like that, but like, she was one of those friends I met in my adult life that, like, we vibed so well, like we got along famously, like we understood each other inside and out and things like that and stuff like that. And she wound up dating a friend of mine, like, another close friend of mine and stuff like that. And so it's one of those things, is like, like, and then one thing I hate is like when, like, your friends start dating each other, like, and is like you're kind of in the middle of this, in all seriousness, because like you're friends to both of them. Like, it's not like there one friend start dating this random person, and then you befriended that random person that they're dating. Is that, like, I know you guys separately, and y'all come together now and stuff like that. So basically, um, they broke up, and it wasn't a messy breakup, but it was a bad breakup. And like, one of the things I was trying to do as a friend was, I was actually trying to, like, get them to see what was going on, to see if I could actually get them back together, because they got engaged. And then they broke up, and then it was almost like this scorched earth thing, and so like so like my guy friend, like, I told him like, look, like y'all have been dating for a hot minute, like 2 years and stuff like that. These are things I've noticed about your relationship. And so I tell him that, and then of course, like, eventually she comes to me and wants and is talking about the breakup and stuff. So I give her the same conversation I gave him, because I want them both to see what me, as an outsider who's close to them, were witnessing, and I was trying to give them context clues to, like, how you could actually mend this relationship, because, like, if y'all got to the point where y'all were engaged with each other, like, like, trivialities shouldn't really, like, break that shit up,
Yeah.
Man, let's put it this way. Like I said, I explained to them both the same exact way what I saw and what I observed and stuff like that. She cut me out of her life. Yeah.
She just, like, took that personally.
Like I woke up one morning, I was blocked on all social media. I had a nice little text message, like, since you don't really realize what a good friend is, lose this number and all this stuff. And I was like, hot fucking damn. I was like, and I was literally sitting there like, did I just lose a relationship with someone I considered a best friend for years? And I'm not sure if it, because I'm not sure if it was like stupid boy syndrome, like mad at him for the breakup. So I'm kind of like, cannon fodder for it and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I tried to understand it, like there was actually times where I was like, you know what? Let me just go to her. Oh, here's another problem I have. This is a bad habit I have. Whenever something goes wrong in my life, especially with another person, I try to find closure. Now, the crazy part about this is actually a toxic trait because like people want closure, but they always want closure from the person that they feel has done them wrong. So the first thing they always do is they try to go to that person to try to get them to talk to them. And guess what? It's not their job to actually like tell you like what's up, and stuff like that. It's like if they want to tell you what's up, they'll come to you and do it. But you going to them, that's actually bad. That's toxic. Like you should not do that because
LeRon, that's great insight because I do that.
What's that? What?
We're so alike, I feel. No, I do that. I can't really find peace or rest. Well, I'm working on it, but generally I don't find peace or rest unless I have closure as to why something ended up either poorly or just any sort of negative way. And I feel like it has to come from that person or, I can't. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But it's also like, I think it's because like I'm a people pleaser. So like it's one of those things where it's like where it's not even me trying to like please that person that I feel like like has done me the injustice or whatnot. It's more or less to make sure that I don't do it again to the next person, stuff like that. And because like I mean I did to my ex-boyfriend like with my last breakup, and like I didn't realize until like a few years later that I was like, oh shit, I should not have been doing that, and stuff like that. Yeah, so like it's actually. I'll make the recommendation to anyone that's listening right now. Like, if you've gone through like some big shakeup, it doesn't even have to be a relationship. Like, because like I said, even with that friendship, I actually thought about going to her house and trying to talk to her about it. That would have been a bad move, honestly, because like she could have been in a headspace where I show up and she could have been like, "Oh, I'm calling the cops because you're probably coming here to fuck me up or something like that." Because you never know what other people are thinking and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, if you have to seek closure, you have to seek closure from within and not from the people that you think are the reason why you need the closure in the first place. Like it's a tough pill to swallow. It's a very hard lesson to learn and stuff like that. Like learning about yourself is scary. Like for example, with that relationship that I was trying my best to seek closure with, like I realized one of the things that I have, and this is something I've done in a lot of years of my life, like sometimes even though like I'm emotionally invested in a relationship, but sometimes the way I act, it doesn't seem like emotionally available. And I can understand how somebody can eventually, like after a couple of years, be like, does he even care about me? Yeah, so yeah, that's something I had to learn, from that process of realizing that I was fucking up by trying to seek closure from other people.
Yeah.
So I don't do it as much. I'm not saying I don't do it anymore. I just don't do it as much, like
it takes time to get there. I know it has for me. Which reminds me, I love how this is coming full circle. I forgot of one of my worst habits. My worst, something I actually wish I wouldn't do, is I apologize all the time.
I do that too.
I apologize even when I know it's not my fault. I apologize.
Yeah. It's people pleaser syndrome. Like, and 9 times out of 10, like normally like apologizing usually diffuses the situation. It usually does, but there's a small percentage of people, they get pissed off when you apologize, and it's like, look, I just took responsibility for something, and you're still mad, or you're getting madder. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? By the way, Stephanie, I love this. I love this.
Yay!
I love this. For people out there that are listening, Stephanie sent me the Art of Dead Space. It's a 300-page. Actually, no. It's got over 300 pieces of art in it. It's an art book. It's actually almost 200 pages, and it covers everything from the 3 games to the graphic novels and stuff like that. The only thing it didn't, I'm surprised the only thing it doesn't have is like the featured artwork from the actual novels. But like Stephanie, if you're going to buy one of these for yourself, just know this is heavy spoiler material for all 3 games.
I will wait until they are played.
Yeah, I don't know. You may want to go and buy it now because you never know. Corey, that Monster Hunter book that you sent me a link to Amazon.
Yeah,
that bitch is actually on Amazon now for like $200.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, like it's not even out of print. That's the crazy part because I looked because it's printed by Viz Media, Like it doesn't say it's out of print on Viz's website, but it is, but you can't order it directly from them right now. So like, yeah, like the price of that book skyrocketed, and I bought that book for $25, and y'all saw how thick that book is, like a fucking encyclopedia. How thick it is.
You think video game art books would retain value like that?
I think so. I think so.
Some of them do. It depends on the game. Like the Last of Us art book is worth a ton of money.
Really? Because I bought it. It was on sale on Amazon for like $22.
The
That's the
first
thing about it too.
the Dark Horse, the big Dark Horse one.
Oh, I have to check to see if it was the Dark Horse one.
Because I sold it, like when I was going through stuff a couple years ago, I sold it for like, it was probably right around when the second game was coming out. I sold it for like $120.
Maybe it's not. I'm trying to figure out who did it. No. I didn't realize it because I wasn't trying to find the cheapest one. It was just the only one that showed up.
Yeah. I also have
that.
the.
I love this. I love this art book. Like I saw it, and it actually took me. It actually took me a whole day to like pull it out the plastic because I was like, oh man, like I feel like I should treasure this, but I really want to see what was in it. So I opened it the next day. And man, like it has breakdowns of like the weapons, the armor. It has like art sketches and actual full renders of the ships and all that stuff and characters and all that stuff. Man, it's fucking gorgeous.
I just put the link. Just Corey, you can let me know because at first it's like, no, I don't think that's Dark Horse. But then when I Google Dark Horse, that's what the cover looks like. So I'm confused.
Yeah, that's the one I had. I sold it for like $120 last year.
Well, shiz, right now it's $21.
I know. So.
Oh damn! I'm gonna put it on eBay now.
I got a good deal.
Yeah, you did.
The Art of Uncharted 4, Thief's End, $41 right now, hardcover edition.
Yeah, art books are on sale.
Oh yeah, like shit, like oh, the Overwatch book is on there. Like y'all should jump, like people should jump on that. The Art of Mass Effect. Oh shit.
Yeah, and they have a lot of Halo art books.
Yeah. God of War, Lore and Legends. The Art of Ghost of this Art of Ghost of Tsushima book looks fucking nice. Let me stop now. See, I'm about to start spending money now.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
The Art of the Last of Us Part 2, a deluxe edition. Damn.
Anyway, sorry.
No.
Oh, there I go again. See, I apologize.
Who's apologizing? Somebody posted a picture on social media. It says Persona 6, but it's just the cast of Napoleon Dynamite.
Ah, nice.
Oh.
That's funny. Anyway.
Well, guys, you ready to wrap up?
Yeah, it's getting late, I guess.
Yeah. I got chuck up on my man. Well, I want to go ahead and thank everybody for tuning in to us tonight. This has been Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the flagship show of Boss Rush Network. Before we head out, as always, here's how you can get in contact with and stay in touch with the people who are on the show. Stephanie, go first.
People can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Klimov, KLIMOV_author, and the Boss Rush podcast Wednesday nights. Of course, here at After Dark, Standard Definition, the classic animated Disney ones, and my articles on bossrush.net.
All right. Corey?
You can find me at IamCoreyNHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block. You can find me on Standard Definition. You can find me on a bunch of things on the internet. Follow me. Maybe.
All right, and basically every place you can find me at, like, just look for Exodus 803, EXODUS 803. So Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, PlayStation Network, Steam. I, of course, host the Crossroads podcast with Story Jovic and Austin Campbell Tuesday nights on my Twitch channel at 8 p.m. And, of course, like you can see me on various projects like Standard Definition, Mass Effect, and Marvel Cinematic Universe, and also the Boss Rush podcast. All right, so there you have it, everyone. Once again, thanks for tuning in to the Boss Rush After Dark. Just remember, come back and join us for our next installment of Boss Rush After Dark, where we will talk about more topics that aren't completely content appropriate for our other flagship shows, our anchor shows, I should say. Have a good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Don't be toxic individuals. Seek closure from within, because sometimes, like, when people cut you out of your life, they're actually doing you a favor. All right, that's all for us tonight. Y'all take care. We will be back next time. And don't forget, like, if you like us, become a patron. There, I'm done now. Take care, everyone.
Are you
Love
sure?
you. Good night.
I'm sure. Bye-bye.
Bye.